Sri Lanka is synonymous with tea. The golden brown brew is one of the main sources of foreign exchange for Sri Lanka, as well as a big part of local culture. But it wasn't always so. What's not so well known is that coffee was grown in Sri Lanka well before tea. So much so that in 1860, Sri Lanka was among the top 3 largest coffee producing countries in the world. However, it's all coming back. Over the past few years, the cafe scene in Colombo has boomed, with the emergence of a steady coffee culture. Across the city, numerous cafes have opened their doors, delivering variations of the perfect cafe experience. 18 years ago, a coffee franchise opened its doors to give Sri Lanka a taste of coffee the way the Italians did it. Nearly 2 decades later, Barista is still here, the largest cafe chain on the island. So what better way to get a peek into the coffee culture of the country than through its oldest cafes?
Barista started the coffee journey in 2002. At that time, the whole cafe experience was a very new thing to Sri Lanka. So it was hard work for us to educate our customers about coffee, to bring down the technology, and also to design a set of skillful employees who can brew a perfect cup of coffee. Also, when you are the market leader and the pioneer in the business, you have that extra burden of driving the industry. But when you look back and see where the cafe industry in Sri Lanka right now, you can safely say Barista has done justice.
So I'm a freelancer and I want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city life, so it makes me calmer to come to a cafe and I can focus better on my work that way.
We are trainers and consultants. We don't necessarily need a 9-to-5 work environment. And to be able to just grab a cup of coffee, have a meeting, have an interview, have a quick meetup with everyone that is there, works perfectly.
It wasn't all fun and games, however. Places of meeting are the pulse of the people, and when that pulse is disrupted, they don't come out anymore. In April 2019, the devastating Easter Sunday attacks shook the country, and businesses everywhere took a major hit. However, at a time where establishments were laying off their employees, Barista did something else. They doubled down.
Well, we were ending a great season in 2019. In fact, the March 2019 was a record-breaking month for Barista. But in April, this Easter attack happened. We've lost a lot of lives, and I don't think we can measure the value of those lives. But in terms of business, everything started collapsing. At that point, Barista wanted to take some critical decisions. But compromising the quality of our coffee, compromising the service that we provide to our customers, and laying off employees was none of them. Instead, we work on our food costs and our operation overheads. But soon we realized our employees are going to face some issues, because in the industry, their remuneration is half built from the incentives and service charge they earn. When they see the empty restaurant and when they're idling, when they're not busy, they get depressed. So we decided to train our employees. We organized this training program which covers all our 106 employees in 5 critical training areas within 3 months, and then we execute it.
Training makes a difference between good coffee experience and a perfect coffee experience. We take it very seriously. That's why we have been very consistent on our quality of coffee and the level of service throughout. But when Easter attack slowed down our operations, we had enough time to pause and rethink all our training programs and the procedures. Our discussion started with our operations and prioritize our training requirements. We were able to absorb all the employees into our training programs. Today, I have completed 92 sessions of training on customer service, coffee training, cashier training, as well as health and safety standards. It is approximately 1,800 employee hours.
In any restaurant, if training happens properly, the operation is rewarded. But it was very difficult for us as operation team to allocate employees for training when the outlet is busy. After East attack, our outlets were not busy and we were able to release our employee from their day-to-day operation and send them for training.
When an employee gets his training schedule spreaded for 3 months, they know that their job is secure. So that gave them a lot of confidence to give their best to the organization. Today I am really happy that we topped the customer excellence survey done by LMD, which was just a confirmation to the good work that we've done all throughout. And the business is getting back to normal. The foreigners are coming back. I can feel the good vibes in the local market. So when the customers are coming back, we have a set of well-trained, very loyal and happy employees to brew them a perfect cup of coffee.
Later on, I found out that they had won the LMD's Customer Service Excellence Survey. When I looked back, I found out that they had actually worked on this and that the team had gone into training and a lot of detail.
And in fact, when they were doing the training, some of the training that was happening actually with how to do service delivery, how to ensure that the coffee was made just right and so on and so forth, we actually sat there and watched part of it unfold. So we actually saw it physically taking place. And I think the proof of that does show.
Business has returned to usual now. In that way, Sri Lanka is quite resilient in recovering from tragedy. We pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and then get something to eat.
After all this, it made me believe that tough times don't last, but tough teams do.